Peace, 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 peace. What is the science? Oh man, shit. I just came back from grocery shopping, so I was a little late coming on, but everything's peace. So hold on, let me check if the audio is good. Check. Whoops. Let me switch right quick. Peace, peace, peace. See right quick. Peace. Peace, peace, peace. All right, good, good, good. We got audio. Like, subscribe, do all the good shit. Each one teach one. Indeed. Let's see. So we're gonna have the invite. Peace. We're gonna have the invite, and then let's see. So, well, the title should have been "Are there in 85?" Well, let's now, since it's not a title, I'm gonna just put it in here. 85%, 10%. Let's just say 85 and 10 and 10 in the 5%. So that's the question. This is the question for this live. You see, I've heard this saying for, several years now. Are there an 85 and a 10% in the 5%? And I've heard this saying. I've heard the saying for a while. And, we're going to build on it. We're going to build on it. So, peace, everyone that's watching. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the gods, peace to the earths, peace to the babies, peace to the civilized, peace to the uncivilized, man. Because the uncivilized need it more. Peace to them. Are there an 85% and a 10% in the 5%? And normally I would wait. I would wait. So I am going to wait until we, get like 10 minutes in for more people to come in because, I don't really want to repeat myself over and over again. Matter of fact, let me edit the title. Are there 85? Whoops. Are there 85 and 85%? Let's do that. And 10% in the 5%. All right, let's save that. So, I see three people's in here, and nobody said peace. What's the science with that, man? Come on now, y'all should know me by now. Wise Prince, he's your righteous brother. See, my name is Wise Prince. Hold on, it's right there. See that? It says Wise Prince. So peace, peace. Oh man. Oh man. All right. Getting some emails. Get that out the way. All right. So, I, I don't know if I want to wait. I don't want to wait. This is a topic that I've had maybe a couple of builds on, not online, but in person or in sound with my brothers. I I I don't know if I had it with Knowledge Born. By the way, our big brother Knowledge Born is coming home soon. Y'all get ready. Knowledge Born is coming. I don't recall if I had this bill with Righteous Debar. I don't think I did. It would be interesting though. So but for anyone that they want to hop on, you could just hit this link right here whenever we get to start the building. So, all right, and this is just how I see it, right? This is just my see on it. It's my see on it, right? So, peace to everyone coming in. This is how I see it. Emphatically, no. There is no 85 and 10 in the 5%. It doesn't make sense. And I just think it's one of those things where people say it because it sound fly. I don't agree that there's an 85 and a 10 in the 5%. And I'm prepared to build about it. Because of course, you would have to know the 1 to 40 to actually build on that. And I would say, if you should probably know 120. So you get the full scope of the thing, the full scope of the conversation. Right? But no, there's not an 85% and a 10% in the 5%. Why? It's because if we go through the knowledge equality degree, it tells you, well, first of all, pardon self. If you look at the knowledge culture freedom degree, right? That tells you, because on the title it talks about the 85 and the 10%, right? I was going to jump ahead and go to the 5% because I'm a 5%er. Pardon self. So the 85, it tells you who they are. Uncivilized people, poison animal eaters, slaves of mental death and power. Right? That's that first section. All right. So when we look at the 5%, the 5%, are we really saying that some of the people in the 5% nation, right, and Allah's 5%, are we really saying those people qualify for that? Because remember, one of the first things that was taught to me when I agreed to study and become a 5%er, one of the first things I was told to me, don't take anything on face value. Don't take nothing on face value, right? So basically, it's either one or two things with this conversation, right? And if I'm incorrect, we can build about it. If I'm incorrect, we can build about it. I'm not above examination, right? I've been examined plenty of times. I admitted I was wrong a few times on this live, right? So this topic, we could build. Are there an 85 and a 10%, 85% and a 10% and a 5%, right? So, poison animal eaters, slaves of mental death and power, people who do not know who the true living God is or their origin in this world and worship that which they know not. Those who are right. So let's stop right there. Does that sound like people in the 5%? Because remember, is that the 5% has its own definition. The 5% has its own definition. So peace to those that are coming in, and peace to those that is rocking with me. But of course, say peace to your righteous brother. Peace. So and yeah, don't be a jewel thief. Don't be a jewel thief. Say peace. Say peace. Actually, let me pause right there because I told the God I would send him a link when I'm on. So hold on. I gotta send Almighty True Divine the link. So hold on. It's been a long time since the God been on. I think I gotta switch my account. Peace complete. Peace to the God. How you living, Lord? So I gotta send a link to some people that I know would want to build on this. Okay. All wise and civilized, true indeed, God. That's peace. How do you what do you think about this topic? Are there an 85 and a 10% and a 5%? All right, so peace complete. So while you doing that, I'm gonna continue, right? So we're taught, well, I was taught. I'm only speak for myself. Oh, you see me been on for 12 minutes? Yeah. I want to wait a little bit so people could come on, hop on, and stuff like that. Indeed. Yeah. So yeah, so is this your first time coming over here complete? Or it's been a long time? I don't think it's your first time. I I remember you I'm just getting on now. Indeed. It's your first time? What? Damn, well peace. Welcome to the channel. That's crazy. That's crazy. I guess all the, discussions and builds on Dark Kim's channel kind of bleed over. And I thought, we had builds over here. But yeah, nah, peace, God. Welcome to the channel. Yeah. So yeah. Um, just so you know, I haven't really been consistent on the lives that now I am. Now I am. But I haven't really been consistent on the live in months. Yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I'd be busy really. He got me on my usually. Yeah, no doubt. You ain't gotta explain, G. It's all good. But shit, I'd be busy too. So that's why I haven't really consistently, been on my page. There's sometimes I went like 3 months, 2 months, a month without, posting anything. But now I'm less busy because of the summer. I do a lot of stuff in the community in the summer. So now I'm not as busy, you know. So, anyways, all right, no doubt. Peace. Appreciate you being on, G. So the question is, are there an 85, 10, 85 and a 10% and a 5%? Like I said, no. Okay. And indeed, there are 5, 85, and 10 within our family. Okay. When you say family, what do you mean? Because sometimes people said there's a 5%, a 10%, and an 85% in everything. And I say everything? They say everything. Look, I'm not the devil's advocate. I'm not a devil's advocate, which means I'm not a contrarian. I'm not that. So called true and living, then how are they 5%ers? The true and living have no separation? Nah, God, the separation is when people said there's a 5%, 85, and a 10%. That's the separation. They just not 5%ers. That's it. Right? Because if okay, so the people that qualify that's in the 5%, they qualify as the 85, they're just 85. And the people that qualify for the 10%, yeah, yeah, indeed, civilized people. And so that's why, so listen, check this out. But what I'm saying is that because of the nature of the question, right? The 5%. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But I'm not even talking about them because we talk about Allah's 5%. We're not talking about them. They're not the 5%. Talk about Allah's 5%, right? You see? So um that means that because every time I heard it, it wasn't around Muslims and Muslim sons. They were literally talking about, other gods and earths. So every time I heard someone talk about it, it was relating to someone actually in this nation. But yeah, you do have a point. Also, Muslims and Muslim sons. No, you got a point. Remember, civilized people. True indeed, right? But the nature of the 5%, right, is that one, right, is a poor righteous teacher. And another one is don't believe in the teachings of the 10%. What about Azrael? He's a 5%er. As far as everything that, I've known about his I never met the brother. But from everything I heard about him, he was a 5%er. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I never met him personally. We didn't walk and talk and all that stuff. But from what I've heard, right, and I could be wrong. So those that met him, walked with him, knew him personally, they could correct me, right? But as real was a 5%er. Yeah, yeah, as well. Indeed. Okay. Um, yeah. Why'd you bring up Azrael? Okay, that's peace. Okay. So then you would be better equipped to say that if he, based on his ways and actions, if he was a 5%er, right? Because he was taught by Allah. At least that's what the history that was revealed to me is that he was taught by Allah. And but just the nature of the 5%, the qualifications to be a 5% is opposing the 85 and the 10%. So just based on just face value, just on face value, right? Just on face value, just reading it, you cannot, yeah, opposing meaning the 10%, right? Because the 5% don't believe in the teachings of the 10%. Yeah, yeah, no, I know we teach them, right? But so what I'm saying is that just based on the qualifications, right? Is that the 10% don't, or the 5%, pardon self, don't believe in the teachings of the 10%. So that means the 5% can't be 85 and they can't be the 10% because we don't believe in the teachings of the 10%. The 85 believe in the teachings of the 10%. And the 10% teach the teachings of the 10%. So when I say opposing, that's what I'm talking about, right? The 5% cannot be the 85 and we cannot be the 10%. And so that's like I said. So when you said opposing, that's what I meant by opposing is that just the qualifications oppose the other ones. Well, the mystery God, you see, the mystery God, like, okay, so complete. Do you got 120? No, that's not all for years. Okay. So in the born degree, in the knowledge wisdom degree, in the 1 to 40, those are examples of what he teaches. Also, in the quality degree in the 1 to 14, right? And the build or destroy degree in the 1 to 14 is also what he teaches. So his thing is about concealing the true and living God and to teach the 85% that a mystery God brings all of this. The mystery God is only one aspect to oppose correct of the 10%. Sure. Yeah. That's why I named other degrees. Like opposing, indeed. They are the rich slave makers of the poor. True indeed. They're also the bloodsuckers of the poor as well. And so, again, that also means that that's not the 5%. Because in the 5%, it says the poor righteous teachers. So the 10% can also affect the 5% if they fall victim to that. And then if they lose the knowledge of themselves, right? Trying to trying to you know, they lose the knowledge of themselves trying to gain riches, right? In the pursuit of happiness, in the pursuit of fame, in the pursuit of wealth, yeah, you become a savage. But that doesn't mean you're still a 5%er, because then you're going against the teachings of the 5%. You're going against the teachings of Allah. So then you forsaken, right? The air quotes, you forsaken the knowledge to gain whatever you was trying to gain. So that does not make you still the 5%, because you're literally going against the 5%, what we teach. Those who know self know themselves when they see themselves. Okay, that's peace. So when someone says there's an 85 and a 10% and the 5%, do they know themselves in that? Like, you know, okay, yeah, sure, we were 85s at one point. What about the 10%? Um, you haven't heard that? I haven't heard it put like that, but sure, sure, yeah. You know, I've heard something a little different, but yeah, the idea is the same. So yeah, so the point, what I'm saying is that um, even with, I mean, even this, they're rich slave makers of the poor, right? So then they're not 5%ers. Literally, if there's an 85 and a 10% in the 5%, that's literally going against the 5%, especially the 10%, right? So the 10% is going against the 5%, but the 85, they were never the 5%. Because when you're a 5%er, you can't go back to being an 85. I see that. I see that. What do you mean by that, Laura? Oh yeah, you're twice as likely to become a 10%. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I agree with that. But once you become a 10%, you are no longer a 5%. That's what I'm saying. So they can't get lumped in with us. They can't get lumped in with us. Well, they can because people do it all the time, but that's not right and exact. Yeah. Once you become a 10%, you're not the 5% anymore. So you're not a 85 and a 10 in the five. You're not that. You're just a 10%. You're not in the 5%. You're just a 10%. Using that statement is said singular. Yeah. So two things. Okay. You can become a 10%. When you say that statement is said singular, you mean like me? I can become the 10%? Two things. Two things. That statement is said singular. Know myself? Yeah. not themselves. Those who know self know themselves when they see themselves. Are you talking about this one? Know myself. Those who know self, I know self when I see myself. Okay. So you're saying like you know you're a 5%er, so you see the 5% of other people. Oh, okay, no doubt. Speaks. Okay, yeah, yeah, no doubt. Okay, peace. Indeed, indeed. No doubt. That's peace. Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that guy. Yeah, we all really just won. Yeah, no doubt. I agree 1,000%. I agree with that. You know, um, and at any time, someone can change. They can no longer agree with Allah's teachings. They no longer agree that the principles in which we stand, and then we can build, right? But we're so far gone from knowledge and wisdom, then then um then we just need to part ways. We all really just one. True indeed. They are two, two, not one. They got colored. Yeah. Are you I don't want to assume where you where you going, G, but are you saying that the people that became the 10%, that you were talking about right here, that they got colored? Because color is slanted. Another definition of color, like the color man, is to be slanted. And we know we stand perpendicular. Indeed. No, I agree with you, God. True indeed. So um now if someone, and like I said, I'm not devil's advocate, right? I'm not the devil's advocate, because when people talk about, being devil's advocate, they're just trying to be contrarians, right? They're trying to be the contrarian. They're trying to stand on a different side, even though they agree. Oh, Yakub had 59,999 10%ers with him? Nah, guys. I don't agree. Nah, I don't agree, G. I don't agree. I would say, and that's another one, right? So when people say there's a 5, a 10, and an 85 in everything, one of my questions is, then who was the 5% on Patmos? Who was the 5% on Patmos? Because nobody in the story, right? In the story, doesn't say anything about a righteous person that I know of. So John was John. So I just went through the Wisdom God degree. Yeah, well, what I'm saying is that yeah, so what I'm saying is that yeah, I was thinking about because yeah, he was at Patmos, right? For the word of God and testimony of Jesus Christ. Yeah, because I mean, Yakub was before Moses. Right, exact. Indeed. Yeah, so the reason why I would say that not all of them were 10%, right? Is that some of them didn't know. True indeed. John the Baptist was that's who we're talking about, right? John the Baptist? Um so me and Knowledge Born, me and oh, okay, John the Revelator. Okay. Indeed. Peace, peace. Um, I gotta do knowledge to him then. So me and Knowledge Born, we had a build. Uh yeah, yeah, no doubt. Because I was gonna say, John was at the same time as Jesus. He said, when Jesus asked him to baptize him, he was like, I should be baptized by you. True indeed, God, indeed. So the reason why, and let me go up, and I mean this is a great build. I appreciate you, G. So Yakub had 59,999 10 percenters with him. And the reason why I disagree is because the Wisdom Born degree asks, what was Yakub, why was Yakub so successful with all his undertakings? And it talks about his followers following his rules no matter what he said he told them to do. They did it. If not, they paid with their lives for every law that they broke. You see, Yakub did not build prison houses to imprison his people. The penalty was death was enforced on everyone who fell victim. Not only that is that if everybody was a 10%, why would the nurse need to lie to the mother when the baby was taken to heaven? Or, pardon self, that's the lie that she told. Well, I don't want to assume that all the nurses were women, right? Um, but because I mean, nowadays a man could be a nurse and blase blase, right? So, but if everybody knew the secret, and this is the build that I have with Knowledge Born, if everyone knew the secret, they wouldn't need to lie to the mother, right? That yeah, she put a pin in the baby's head and killed it, and they said it was only taken to heaven, but they saved the brown baby, right? And tell his mother that she was a lucky mother, and that her baby was a holy baby, and she should take good care of it. She should educate it. One day he'll grow up to be a great man. So that's peace, God. I don't agree that everybody was a 10% because not everybody was in the know. Because me as a father, you're not going to be killing my children, and me not do nothing. Me not do nothing. Nah, you see what I'm saying? Nah. So but anyways, so going back to 85, 10, and the 5%, right? Now, like I said, I don't want to be a contrarian. I don't want to be a devil's advocate because I'm not a devil's advocate. I don't advocate for the devil. He got enough people to do his bidding. He don't need me. Now I don't need him. You dig what I'm saying? So now if someone were to say, that there is a 85, a 10, and a 5 in the nation of gods and earths, right? Just hear me out. Hear me out. Then I would say, okay, sure, that's a possibility. That's a possibility, right? But to say there's an 85 and a 10 and the 5%, and look, I'm not separating, right? All I'm saying is that just based on the qualifications of the 85, the 10, and the 5, you cannot be that. You literally can't be two of those things at once. You're either the 85, you're the 10, or you're the 5. You can cut it close with the 85 and the 10, right? You can cut it close. But I don't see how you could be two of the same thing at once. His rules and regulations were carried out by 5% of his people to carry out the law. Yeah, so then that means 59,999 was not all 10%. Now, I don't know if that percentage is correct. Um, you know, if you got knowledge on that, just, school me, G, because I don't have the knowledge on that. Um, yeah. Oh, so hold on, let me see. When you're talking about, are you talking about he ended up with 300? Okay, so you're saying the 300 is the 5% because you times 20 and you get 59,999 plus him makes it 60,000. 3,000? Oh, okay, okay. I see. So what was the 300? Oh, okay, okay. Part self then. Yeah, no, I got you. Mine detect mine because I knew where you were going with it. So it just automatically, yeah, yeah, I got you. No, I got you, God. Pardon self. That was a mistake on my end too. I did say 300 times 20 is 60, and that's crazy. That's why pardon self because I read it. Yeah, that's kind of when the knowledge and wisdom is not, the same. Because when I read it, it's yeah, nah, nah, it's peace, God. I should have caught that myself. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, peace, no doubt, no doubt. It's peace. No, so indeed, so where? Because I've never heard that he was left with 3,000. Mind you, I haven't read Theology of Time. I haven't read. Um, I mean, I started Message to the Black Man. I could when I started, it was after I got the knowledge. So it was kind of like a drawn out way to say what I already know. I haven't. Why? Because I said it before, or you could tell. Oh, indeed, yeah. I got you, God. No doubt. So peace to everyone in the peace to everyone that's watching me and complete. We building. I appreciate the God for coming through, adding on. I appreciate you a lot, G. It's a great discussion. Yeah. So indeed. So even so, like I said, I'm not a contrarian, right? So even if he was left with 3,000, not 300, 3,000, right? And that's the 5%. They have to have qualities. True indeed. Yeah, no doubt. Peace to God. I appreciate that because there's people that's peeping, but they ain't speaking. They peeking, but they ain't speaking, and that's not what we do. Especially, look, if we disagree with something, we say something. We don't just watch and then make a Facebook post or go somewhere else and be like, oh, this person said so and so, blah 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 blah. Nah, we check it right there. Peace to my brother, smell goods. Peace to the God. Peace to my brother, true self, Allah. Peace to the God. If I had my hookup, I would have played the. I would have played. Hey, I would have played the Seattle Hustle. Yeah, no doubt, guys. No doubt. Some don't know enough to be wise. I agree. I agree. And you just do the knowledge. You do the knowledge, right? Um, so let me correct that what I just said, right? Is that if you know something to not be true with this nation, right? With the 5%, then you got to check it then. Especially if someone's saying they're the 5%, right? So, like, for example, if someone is calling Allah Clarence 13X and they said they're a 5%er, look, we've never met Clarence 13X. Never met him. We, as a 5%, only met Allah. Pow. Look. And that's something that needs to be corrected. Like if you're on the live and they say Clarence 13X, blah, blah, blah. Now, if they're Muslims, they still caught up with him being a Muslim. And, I mean, that's kind of crazy, but, whatever. That's them, right? You can choose to or not, but someone says they're a 5%, Allah's 5%, and they call him Clarence 13X. That's disrespectful, right? Because you wouldn't call Muhammad Ali Cassius Clay. You wouldn't call Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Oh damn, what was his name? Oh, what's Kareem's name? What's his birth name? 5% by calculation or by ways and action? Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. That's the calculation, not the ways and action. Did anyone know Lou? Yeah, that's I knew the Al, the last name was Al. So Lou Alcindor. Lou Alcindor. Lou Alcindor, right? You wouldn't call him that because he's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah, look, that's not his name. Diddy ain't his name. Look, his name is the Diddler. That's the Diddler, G. I would have called Diddy Brother Love. Look, I remember when he tried to change his name to Brother Love. I remember that shit. That was like the early 2000s. Yeah, God. Hey, that's funny. Yeah, he's the diddler. Did he or did he? You know? So I remember back in the day, It was no homo, right? Now it's no Diddy. That was that pink cocaine. Look, man, he was doing something. Question marks everywhere. He's look. If he get out for Halloween, he should dress up as the Riddler. If I was him, I would troll it. I'll be the diddler. See, this one of here's a side rally right quick. Here's a side rally. For those that don't know, this channel used to be called the Side Rally. Well, I mean, originally the name was going to be the Side Rally, but it was just always he tried to make a pool of baby. Look, sometimes you got to swim in baby oil. Sometimes you just got to do it. Fuck it. I think there are some easier ways to go about it than having a whole bunch of bottle of baby oil. How come you can't get like a fucking barrel of baby oil? The baby oil not come in barrels? Does it not come in 5-gallon buckets or 10-gallon? Yeah, there are no 5%ers telling lies. So the whole thing about, and so hold on, you see true self. You pull me back in. I wanted to do the side rally right quick. Hold on, right quick. I'm going to do a side rally, right? Is that the diddler? Damn, I lost my train of thought. Baby oil. Yeah. So what was that? Was that pink cocaine? Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I would just troll everybody. Peace, divine king. Hey, yo, God. Peace of God. I was going to text you. I was going to text you because I was like, damn, I haven't talked to my brother in a minute. I'm going to text you, God. Peace of God. And so, for anyone that wants to hop on the live and get what I mean, peace. What's up? Oh my God. What you ate? Are you talking about me? I got food? You can talk, boy. Huh? I'm not in a meeting. This is a live. Building with the gods. Come here. There's no food for me? What did I eat? I ate some of that, what was that? Some bomb cake and ice cream. That's it. Yeah. What? Your mom gonna make me something to eat? Y'all, hey, uh, ask your mom if she can warm me up some of that minestrone and bake some of that bread. Bake it. The bread. The Italian bread. The yada that means. Peace. Natural understanding. Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to the channel. By himself, I was just talking to the young god. So yeah, so the diddler, that's yeah, if I was him, I would troll everyone. Oh, you got kicked? What, you got kicked out? Yeah, he's talking too much about the diddler. Oh, I know what the side rally was going to be. All right. So a little side rally, right? Is that's the problem with not having your money in tangible things. You see, like when Kanye said what he said, he lost like $1.5 billion in 24 hours. See, that's the problem when you got your shit tied up in a company. Also, that's the problem if you got debt. Matter of fact, that was going to be another question. That was going to be another bill. The bill I was talking about was if you have debt, peace to my brother, Rishi. Peace to the God. How you living, Lord? Peace Almighty. You see, if I had my hookup, I would have played the Seattle Hustle. So peace, peace. So now I'm gonna just wait. Well, I don't know. That might not even be a build that people want to. So right quick, here's another side rally. Oh, I did this way. Let's go this way, right? So here's another side rally. I got a question for y'all. If you are in financial debt, are you hold on, how do I want to say this? Are you the poor that's being blood sucked? True indeed. And must be punished by the nation of Islam. So let's go up because I know some people are not just looking at the thing. So hold on. Let me go all the way up. And this is the title for those of you, because I know some people just listen while they're at work or they're listening while they're doing whatever. So they're not looking at they're not looking. So the title is, are there an 85 and a 10% and a 5%? You said possibly. So for me, I say no. Emphatically now cipher, there is no 85 and 10 in the 5%. Yeah, no, I got you. The poor only means all money ain't good money. It doesn't mean you got, and there's a whole bunch of people that have debt that has money. Now, when you have more debt than you have assets and income, you got a negative uh uh net worth, right? Net worth, right? But all because you're in debt doesn't mean you don't have money. Because some people leverage debt to make a whole bunch of money. If you are believing in the 10% teachings, I would say no. If you are a 5%er, then you can't be 85 or 10% by definition. That's what I'm saying. Peace of God. Poor is a mindset. True indeed. I agree with that, God. So, and so what I was building on earlier, y'all wasn't in here, but some of y'all wasn't. So just by definition, right, when it says does the 5% don't believe in the teachings of the 10%, that means the 5% can't be the 85 because the 85 believe in the teachings of the 10%. And so the God complete, he asks, so what is the teachings of the 10%? Great question. And so there's a few things, right? So the mystery God, you know, they're teaching what they do is they conceal the true living God and teach that the 85% that God is a spook in the sky, right? And all these uh natural phenomenons, right, comes from that mystery God. So when I was growing up, my mom told me that it rained because God was sad and that it was thundering because the devil was beating on his wife, which is weird because why would the devil be up in the sky? Because that's where the lightning comes from. Anyways, I just now thought about that. Yes, true indeed. I'll get to that guy because that's true. You see, y'all saying a whole bunch of stuff that I agree with. Peace to the gods. Debt to income should definitely known and understood. True indeed. True indeed. Because you know, uh the um the borrower is slave to the lender. That's what it says in the Bible, right? Now, we not biblical people, meaning we're not, we don't go by the Bible. But, of course, knowledge is infinite. And there could be some jewels in the Bible because, like the knowledge degree in the 140 says, who made the Holy Quran the Bible. How long ago, right? So, uh, what was I getting at? So yeah, so it was made by the ritual man. Was Allah, supreme being, black man of Asia. So we know and understand that we could get jewels from the Bible, the Quran, the Torah. Torah is in the whatever, and then so we can learn from a baby. I study. Hey, look, I love the Animal Channel, so I study ants. And I study how they like I saw one time when they did the documentary of ants being flooded, their home being flooded, and that they create a bridge of the with their bodies and float and make sure the babies and the queen is on top, and so that the ants that are on the bottom doesn't drown, they rotate, and they are able to float their whole society, right, and to dry land. And so learn just by watching ants. True indeed. If you pay in high interest, you may be getting blood sucked. Hell, not may, you are getting blood sucked, right? Because remember, payday loans, rent a center or errands or whoever you want to say, they are charging you like 30 to 100 times what you need to pay. And all of these things are in the hood, are in low income areas. So these people are blood sucking. Now, if your brother wives Prince Allah open up a rent a center, I'll be a bloodsucker of the poor. You see, if I went in and knowingly opened up a business in the community to take resources out and blood suck them, charging them crazy amount of interest, that is a 10%er. 85 hanging around God or earth is likely to get taught. No, I agree with you, God. You see, my problem is that there are people that are the 5% pointing out people that are 5%, saying that these people are 85 and 10%. You see, so that's my problem with it. Because look, like I said, I'm not devil's advocate and I'm not a contrarian, right? I just don't agree with it. I don't agree that the 85 and the 10 could be in the 5%. Just based off the definitions. Now we can go further. We can go further because we took it further. The 5% took it further by teaching, right? So it talks about that we know who the true living God is and teach that the Almighty true living God is the Son of Man, the supreme being, black man of Asia, who teaches freedom, justice, and equality to all the human families of the planet Earth. Hold up. Stop right there. Where does it say that 85 and the 10% teach that? Where does it say that? They don't teach what we teach. So to say that there are 85 and 10% and the 5% is incorrect. It's incorrect. Now, of course, let's build. Because I say something doesn't mean it's law. We can build. Y'all disagree? We can build. Lie, cheating, stealing, mastering, separating, killing, bloodsucking, slave making, etc. All 10% shit. Now, don't get it wrong. The 85 can do that too. The 85 can do it too. Unknowingly. You see, for example, right? Like, I'm a generous person. I've never really cared about money that much. Money was never my master. Never. I've never cared about money that much. So some people think they got over on me because I gave them money and they never gave it back. You see? So, and these people aren't the 10%. They 10% in me, but they're not the 10%. They're really the 85. They're uncivilized, right? But they're not the 10%. They're the 85. And so, for example, there was a brother that says he's a 5%er, right? And he think he's super 5%er now. He used to be my righteous brother. And in 2020, when things was hard, right? He needed some money. He asked to borrow $20. He said he needed to get some food for his family, food for his kids. And before I gave my answer, he was like, "Oh yeah, God, because I asked brothers all around the country, and they said no, they didn't have it." I was like, "Okay, this is my brother that I walked and talked with. He lived out here, but he moved to a different location. So him being my brother, he asked for 20. I'm gonna send 40. You see, because I met his babies and all that stuff. So I sent him 40. That's something I usually do when someone asks me for something. I usually double it if it's was within reason. If I got it, hey, look, I got a lot of kids, got a lot of children. But usually, if I got it, I'll double it because you're my people. And he said, he'll pay me back. God, it's 4 years later, he still haven't paid me back. $40. And when I asked him about it, and I was like, hold on, but you smoking weed and all that. He said he didn't say he was going to pay me out of his weed money. Look, which is right and exact. He didn't say that. He did not say when he was going to pay me. He didn't say out of what money he was going to pay me. So you see, when stuff like this happens, I take it as a positive. I say it only took $40 to get him out of my life. You see, I only I only paid $40 to get this person out of my life. And that's how I treat it. Anytime someone, because look, the amount of money I have that people borrow from me that they're not paying back right now, some people be pissed. They'll be looking for them. They'll be breaking fucking ankles and knees and shit like that. But all of them that ask me money, I'm doing better than them. So if they think they got over on me, I did it out of love. They didn't get it over on me because I did it out of love. And also don't let people borrow money that you can't live without. All right, so that was my little tangent and shit. You feel me? Shout out to Complete to making me relive trauma and shit. So who did you say came from the sky? Who did she say came from the sky? I don't know if you're talking about this, but my mom, I don't know if you're talking about that, but when I said my mom told me that when it rained, God was sad, and when it was thundering, the devil was beating on his wife. And back then it didn't make sense because I didn't know the devil had a wife. One, and two, I was just thinking about it right now. I was like, why the hell would the devil be in the sky, beating on his wife and making thunder? See, that's just some you know, blood. Oh yeah, bloodsucker of the poor. I work with progressive leasing, which is like rent a center. I tell everyone to stay away from it. Yeah, look, yeah, look, and a lot of those leasing companies, those financing companies, and all that stuff. Look, man, Yeah, blood sucking. You see, companies can do that. Companies can blood suck. You see, credit should get used to generate more gold, not spend it. Ah, the problem is right, and like so. For example, credit score. The credit score only tells people that you're good at managing debt. So, for example, if I had a 500 credit score and I just won the lottery for $100 million, my credit score will still be $500. Your credit score does not, it doesn't matter with how much money you have. It does reflect that. It just matters how well you are with managing debt. And so we go into debt to have a better credit score to go into debt. You see? So you get a nice credit score because trust me, my credit score was in the 800s. And then I stopped caring about it because you only worried about your credit score to go into more debt. And you go into more debt to build up your credit score. So shit, just pay with cash. True indeed. Duty. 10% will take money from the people. The 5% gives the people the truth for free. True indeed, God. If I had my hookup, I would have clapping and everything. So, I just make that sound effect for you. Peace of God. We give the community service in true indeed. He believes in the 10% on face value. We are taught not to take anything on face value. True indeed. Peace of the God. What about them paying you back? Um, you see, I don't really, like I said, I have children, and when they don't pay me back, that's taken out of their mouth. But even if I give someone like $1,000 or whatever, it's not something that I can't move away from. It's not something that, like, if someone took $1,000 from me today, I will be just fine. Now, I'm not letting nobody borrow $1,000. You see what I'm saying? Um, some of these higher debts that people owe me is because I spotted them when something, happened. Like when the old Earth returned, you know, burying her is like $5,000. The casket was $2,000. The funeral was like 4,000. It's $10,000. It was 10,000. Oh, it was like 11 or $12,000 to bury the old Earth, and people wanted us to take her to Vegas. Hell no, that would have cost hella. Nah, the fuck kind of issues that to say? Yeah, look, yo, God, I'm telling you, and he lucky that I'm not the type of person to blast his name out there. Because right now he act like he holier than thou. That's how he acting, like he holier than thou. Word like Bronx Tales. Hey, I like Bronx Tales. Is the question asked symbolically? Oh, which question, G? Pardon self for being so late on that. Are you talking about are there 85 and 10% and the 5%? No, people, they if you're talking about that, right, G, is that people say that as a statement. And if they do ask, it's like, oh, what, you ain't heard? Have you not heard that there are 85, 10, and 5 in the 5%? Because what they say is that there's an 85%, a 10%, and a 5% in the 5%. And just, I decided not to put the 5% in the 5% because, that's, are there are there 85, 10, and 5% of 5%? Of course, there's 5% in the 5%. So, poison animals is pork. True indeed. Swine and all that shit. So when I say swine, I say it not only like pork, But I say, crab is swine, lobster is swine, all that stuff is swine. You know, technically it's not, but for me, I treat that shit like I told y'all last build is that I treat pig like like I'm allergic to it. I don't want no cross contamination. I've never liked seafood. Even when I was at 85 in the dead world, I've never liked sea. The only fish I ate growing up was tuna because my mama made tuna fish sandwiches and they were bomb. I've never tried lobster. I think I've only had imitation crab when I didn't know what the hell it was. I've only tried shrimp, one little shrimp when I was in Mexico City because, a woman I was, with at the time. I went down there, seen her. Her mom cooked and said, "Oh, try this." I was like, "I don't eat it." There was like, "Oh, she made it for you." So I bit into one, and I didn't like it. So yeah, um, I did eat oysters. I did try oysters because in culinary school, unless you're allergic, you got to try everything. And I was in culinary school, so we had the oyster shooters where we open up the oysters, kind of clean off the side. You got to put lemon or whatever, anything that kills the bacteria or whatever, or poison. I've never liked seafood, so it was easy for me when I was told, "Look, you can't eat this. You can't." Oh, word? Okay, cool. I don't eat half that shit anyway. And so even before I got the knowledge from my educator, I was preparing for years to get this, right? So I was preparing. All right, so I stopped eating pork, and then I stopped eating beef, and after a while, I stopped eating chicken. Now, of course, beef and chicken you don't got to stop eating to be a 5%, right? But it was my own personal decision. That's why they won't give you a raise. Yeah, look, Rishi, you got to be the 10% to get a raise, baby. You see, they're a mentally dead supreme being. Look, true indeed. True indeed. Now they're not at their higher self, right? They're at their lower self, but they still a God. They may have, stumbled and all that stuff, but they still the God. Now, those people that you know, mentally dead, well, now that I'm thinking about what you said, there are mentally dead supreme beings. Yeah. Um, mentally dead. Ooh, ow. Like mentally dead, like mentally death and power. Woo! Ouch. I don't know how you gonna come back from that. They tried to come at me for it all the time. Yeah, look, Rishi, better calm down. Better calm down before you gonna be in the unemployment line. Progressive is not playing with your ass, G. They are not playing with you. They say you gotta forsake all that knowledge you got, brother, and make themselves. There are no mentally dead. Okay, peace, God. True indeed. I agree with that. Why you're progressive by numbers? So by yeah. So yeah, they close the door on you. Like come into our office, Rishi Allah. I see what you I see what you be saying. Rishi Allah, come in here. Calm Islamly. Yeah, I see what you be saying on YouTube. Come in here. Yeah, close the door. Yeah, you feeling? Go ahead and sit down. Why is your number so low? Hmm? 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 Yeah, probably got a little paddle from school back in the day. You cannot have knowledge of self and not know your origin in this world. Look, true self is breaking it down. breaking it down. So every time someone said there's an 85, a 10, and a 5 and a 5%, I don't agree. I've never agreed with that because it don't sound right. It don't sound right to me. To me. And maybe someone could, build and, you know, say it in a way that, look, that's peace, right? And maybe I'm just stuck on the 5%er part. Because if they say, okay, there's an 85, a 10, and a 5 in the knowledge, okay, I can agree. There's an 85, a 10, and a 5 in the nation of gods and earths. That's a different discussion. Not to say that they're separate, right? But just by the definition, the 5% cannot be an 85 or a 10. They cannot. We cannot. Followers get led in the wrong direction. We are taught to lead ourselves. What? Knowledge born, self savior. Self savior. I don't need nobody to come and save me. I'm my own savior. Look, peace to my big brother, Savior Knowledge. Peace of God. You know? But look, I'm my own savior. The way to use credit, if you have a stack, you can take that stack and put it on a prepaid card. Take the money from the card, go buy something like glow sticks or necklaces. Sell them at an event, get the money and pay it back on the card, almost all of it, but not all of it. Check this out, guys. You can stack your money and do that without a credit card. You see, this is better. You get a stack and you put it in a high yield savings account. High yield savings right now is about 5%. Go figure, right? It's about 5%. My high yield saving was about 5.2%. And then they went down because interest rates went down. So they're like 5.05%. So you let the money grow. The right direction is the way we go, and it's not hard to go that way. It's a way of life. True indeed, because today's mathematics is culture of freedom. Because my culture is about freedom. Freedom is self-reliance. My culture is my way of life. Right? So my way of life is about self-reliance. That means I can rely on myself. That means self or savior because I'm saving myself. And then I do the each one teach one, right? I deal in supreme equality and I give the same tools to my brothers, right? That my brothers and sisters, right? That I use to save myself. You see, so if I was drowning and my educator threw me a life jacket, right? It was my choice to take the life jacket or wait for something else. I chose to take the life jacket because I don't want to die. So now that I got on the boat, I caught my breath, he showed me how to navigate, all that good stuff. Now I can go out and throw the life jacket to other people. And they can choose whether or not they want to swim to an island, they want to wait for another boat, they want to do all this stuff, or do they want to take the life jacket or the flotation device? Pardon stuff. I said life jacket, flotation device. Living means you can be seen by physical eyes. True indeed. True and living God. See, even God in the Bible say he's the God of the living, not the dead. You see, now I don't know if that particular God that said that was one of our righteous brothers. However, I'm the God of the living, not of the dead. And I tell my people, check this out. Look, I walk through hell for you, but I am not staying in hell for you. And the hell is the hell in your mind. So I'll walk with you through your mind to help you get out, but I'm not staying because God don't like hell. Use that as an opportunity to teach and show you in action. Yeah, no doubt. I see that. Yeah, yeah. You got to be disciplined. Now, I'm gonna go to that. G. I'm gonna go to that. I don't want to skip all these. Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Because you could definitely do that. You see, a prepaid card isn't a credit card though. You know, it's like a debit card, so it's not a credit card. Hold on. You said prepaid, right? The way you use credit, if you have a stack, you could take that stack and put it on a prepaid card. Take the money from the card and go buy something like glow sticks or necklaces. Yeah, if you have a stack, you can take that stack. Now, when you say stack, you mean like $1,000 or like 10,000? You know, put it on the prepaid card. Yeah, so the prepaid card is not a credit card though, because a prepaid card you can only put the amount of money that you have. That's that stack. Of course, like I mean, when I used to use prepaid cards, it was like that, right? But you know, I don't know how because they be having new shit all the time. Civilized does not equal uncivilized. Look, God, break it down. The 5% cannot be the 85 or the 10. I don't see how you can be both things at the same time. Now, of course, you can, you know, there's examples of people not necessarily fitting all the way in one section, right? But they're leaning more on one side. See, so Elijah is a 5%, but he has some 10% or 85% ways about him. Now we gotta factor in the day and time that he was in. But you know, there's that. So complete whatever it may be, you have to support yourself. Don't price gouge. Keep your prices low enough for the teenagers to buy them. Give them to a random number of children and every baby. Okay, true indeed. They must mean 85, 10, and 5% by other definitions. Look, G, nah, nah, I ain't giving no passes. They literally saying the same thing, God. They said, don't you know there's an 85, a 10, and a 5? Matter of fact, God, true. Remember the whole thing about the new 5%er and these new niggas? So on that, if you go back and watch that, because I watched it like earlier this week, it was funny. So if you go back and watch it, somebody in that post that the brother posted, someone said, "Quick question: have you not heard that there's a 85, a 5, a 85, a 10, and a 5% in the 5%?" So no, people say it, and I've heard people at the show and prove say the same damn thing. I've never, since I first heard it, I have never agreed. I have never agreed with that. High yield savings is definitely a long term solution. True indeed. Now, because your bank is only giving you pennies. Your bank is like what? 0.01%, 0.0252 to 5 or whatever percent, you know, first of all, nobody should be banking in a regularized bank. You should have a credit union, first of all. There's no reason to have a regularized bank now. Credit unions have jumped, uh, and they're modern, all that good shit. See, mine, I high yield savings for me, I have one that doesn't have a physical location. It's an online bank. So, and since it's an online bank, it's a better percentage because they don't have the brick and mortar issue. So they're an online bank, and right now for itself, right now you can get a high yield savings like 5%. It's very competitive out there. So I mean, you may get away with some that's like 5.5 or 6 or whatever. A great add-on. Yeah, true indeed. The problem with that reality is what money are you using? So when you say save a stack, um, you didn't mean like save money, like your income? Oh yeah, true indeed. The science of freedom has many layers. True indeed. No, I agree 100%. There's different degrees of freedom. That's why supreme freedom, shout out to my brother Supreme Freedom, is being, totally self-reliant. Now I'm not talking about you have a bunker out in the wild and you're a prepper and homesteading and all that. I mean that's a degree of that, right? But freedom is also your word being bond. People can rely on your word. See, that means you're a wise man. So when you say something, you don't have to be challenged in saying that, oh yeah, nah, you said that one time and that didn't happen. Of course, things happen, you see. But have you not heard that your word shall be bond regardless to whom or what? Yes. Answer yes, my word is bond and bond is my life, and I shall give my life before my word shall fail. Peace. So yeah, to start, yeah, true indeed, I agree. They saying the no shiesty individual and not doing nothing about it. Look, I don't know. Because when they say it's like a broad term. So like at the show and prove, it's like, there's like 85 and a 85, 85 of the people here, 85% of the people here are whatever, terms like that, general statements like that. But a show and prove is, I mean, it's a 5%er event, right? But we're celebrating that Allah never died. So anybody can come. Anybody can come to the rallies, right? The parliament, from what I was taught, is that the parliament is where the gods and the earths make laws and stuff like that. So not necessarily parliament, right? But so like at the show and prove, sure, there could be 85ers there, right? 85% there, right? And sure, the 10% may be there too, seeing what they can do, you know. Um, but the 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 uh, the show and prove, it's about showing and proving that Allah still lives. That the mind of Allah is still here. He didn't suffer from a mental death and power. You see, the mind of Allah is still here. So just like in the culture freedom degree, when it talks about, why do we run Yaqub and his main devils from the root of civilization across outer Arabian desert into the caves of West Asia is now called Europe, right? Um, Yaqub wasn't physically alive at that time. So what they're talking about Yaqub's mind, the mind of Yaqub, and the people that had that same mindset. Why did they get ran out? Because they started making trouble amongst the righteous people. Indeed, stack equals okay. So stack equals thousand. So yeah, you build your credit uh against your money, your own money. When you show them you have the ability to flip money and they see you are getting away from credit, they will throw money, at you. So check it out. True indeed, right? So I I cut off all my credit cards, and because I don't use credit cards anymore. So my credit is of course going to drop. And so St. Luke chapter 12 verse 47, I get to that. So true indeed. So but what you do is that, so that you own 100. So when I was saying about the credit, is that when you don't own something, right? It can be used to leverage you. You see what I'm saying? Like people use debt to leverage, but people also use debt to leverage you. And there's certain things that you're going to do because you owe people. You see, I'm debt free besides my house. My house is the only debt I have. I'm debt free. I don't got no car payment. I don't got no credit card payment. I don't got none of those payments. Freedom. That's another aspect of freedom. So, but the slow grind is that $1,000, just keep saving, keep building 1,000, keep building, keep building. And that servant which knew his Lord's will, preparing himself not neither did according to that will, shall be beaten with many stripes. True indeed, God. Once knowledge is made born of your what? Pardon self. Once knowledge is made born of what your duty is, you must do it. So look, once you know better, you have what? The choice to do better. Because all because you know better doesn't mean you have to do better. You have the choice to do better, right? Because you have a choice in this, right? So once you know that okay, eating pig is bad, all because you know it doesn't mean you're gonna stop. You got the choice to do better. You see, but someone had to tell you for himself. Hold on right quick, because I requested some food and they still haven't brought it. So hold on right quick. Peace. Hey, could you send one of them up here with something to drink? My throat is dry. Peace, peace, peace. Yeah, yeah, true indeed. So complete. Peace of the guy. He said, word is bond equal credit. Look, this is a phrase that Dark Kim uses. Not for nothing, right? Is that when I was young, it's the late 90s, early 2000s. So, this about like I'm 10 or so, because I was born in 89. So so we still had credit, meaning like we could go to the corner store and buy something off credit. This is when food stamps, they had the food stamp money. So because the store ran off credit, if we didn't have anything, we could still be like, look, put on my mom's credit. They knew who we were. Put on my mom's credit. Can I get some JoJo's and all this stuff? Put on my mom's credit, and she'll pay later. You see, because word is bond, and bond is life. So your word is life. True indeed. This has been a great bill. The punishment for being civilized and not teaching civilization must not be tough enough. Look, God. Look, G, true self. Why you getting on there? Why you do that? Why you do that? Yeah, G. Must not be tough enough. Amongst us, they must mean as in literally. Anyone can show up. Yeah, anyone can show up. You don't know who Allah touched. You don't know who Allah's sons and daughters touched. You don't know. Show and prove is showing and proving Allah is still here. The babies are here. Showing and proving that we did not die. Well, for himself, that Allah did not die. And us too. So to show and prove is literally anybody can come. Anybody can come. And as long as you come in peace, you're welcome. And then, there's people, there's, gods and earths that can tell you what we're about. So if they had that same mindset, how could they be 5%? They're not. They're not the 5%. Well, I don't know what that is referring to, but still, whatever mindset, like, taking money from me, doing all that stuff, like, well, first of all, what do you mean by that? Which part? Because I've been talking. So, can you tell if someone is going to have baby kids or poor colored trash? Predictable futures of generate. Damn. Look, G. uh, look. Some kids with the silver fillings. Look, I used to be one of them. I had silver fillings. And then once I got what was that? I got the hood How to Hustle and Win 1 and 2 and the Hood Health book. I took out my silver fillings and put white in it. Because the silver fillings slowly poison you. Yeah, complete. True indeed. Most people will use credit cards to pay bills or for items that they should have paid cash. Yeah, because, mind you, when you're paying with a card, you're paying more anyway. And this is what I mean. Like, um, you're more likely to spend more with a card than with cash. Because have you ever broke $100 bill, and it hurt? Like that shit hurt. Because you know that $100, as soon as you break it, the shit's going to get swallowed up. It's going to disappear. When you spend cash, that shit hurt. Pace to the God. Pace. Okay, so I gotta go. Time to make the donuts. Yo, you be making donuts, guys? That's peace. I need to make my own donuts. Yeah, so because like also, people use credit cards to get the free mileage, but they end up spending more, because they're always like, oh, I paid before that, but you're more likely to spend more just to get those points. So you're more likely to spend more with a credit card than you are with cash because when you spend with cash, the shit hurt. If you never broke $100, that shit goes hella quick. I don't care if you broke $100 for something that costs $5. Next thing you know, the $100 is gone. Oh, donuts. No dough to make bread. Okay, yeah, no doubt. Time to make the dough. Okay, yeah, true indeed. Peace to God. Uh-oh, the food is here. I got the Queen's minestrone. You know I'm about to brag about you. Look at this. Shit. Yeah, I need to light on. Look at that. That's the Queen's homemade minestrone. Now it's too goddamn hot for me to eat because she likes to put stuff on hell. Hell meaning very high temperature. So shit. Where was I at? Where I work at? So I work. I drive trucks. Right. I used to drive 26 footers. Now I drive a bigger truck. It's one of those like big box trucks. And I deliver linen to restaurants and medical places. Peace of God, earth, and all civilized. My G, West Coast wise, how you almighty. Peace to you and the fams. Peace of God, my big brother Bujan in the building. Peace of the God. You know, if I have my setup, you know, I'll be, you know, playing the Seattle Hustle or Seattle Shuffle, right? Peace to my big brother Bujan. I know you catching up. You know, Bujan listens to the video. He starts from the beginning and listens at a faster rate, so he eventually catches up. You know, peace to my big brother. Y'all cool followers who had that mindset. Yeah, true indeed. Part of self, God. Yeah, true indeed. Yeah. Okay, so I gotta go. Time to make some dough. Hey, there you go. No 85 or 10% in the 5%. Remember that at complete. Yeah, check it out. That's how I see it, right? Uh damn, this it's all the way at the top too. Hold on. Let me go to the start. All right, that made it easy. That's peace. So uh the question was, are there an 85 and 10% and the 5%? You know, so anyone that you know, me have 13 jobs, you know, in a Jamaican accent. Damn, I fucked that up. Me have 13 jobs, you know, in my Jamaican accent. Damn, I'm losing it. Just like I have sex relations with that woman. Uh, uh. And that's one of my favorite invitations. I have sex relations with that woman. Uh, uh, Osama been smoking, and Osama been fucking. Yeah, you see the Queen's minestrone off the chain. So look, if y'all never been to Cheesecake Factory, right? But I mean minestrone, you know, you can find that anywhere. But usually we go to Cheesecake Factory. I mean, we used to, and you know, the Queen did the bear on point. Hey, yo, where's Almighty True Divine? Where's the guys that look? Somebody hop on because people hate when I'm eating. You know, I haven't did a 2 hour live in a long time. I stay on for 2 hours. So if someone wanted to come on, build, you know, say peace to universe family, whatever, come on. Oh shit. That for me? Wow. So you guys just completely forgot about me when I asked you to send them up. Okay, you could have got up and brought me some drink. I'm always waiting.
Everybody has to wait for something.
No, not everybody.
Yes.
They saw that.
Really?
No.
You can edit that out.
Mm. All right, so yeah, that was a great build. Damn, I'm getting hot. My legs is tired too from just sitting in this one position. If anybody got any add on, you know, or how they see it, you know, the gods was saying it in the chat. Matter of fact, let me call Almighty to the line. See what the God is up to.
Peace, wise prayers.
Peace to God. How you living, Lord?
I'm all wise and civilized. What's the science, Lord?
Oh yeah, I sent you the link to the live because we on live right now.
Okay, let me get there. All right, peace.
Peace. Yeah, big bro, Almighty True Divine coming on. You know, because I built with him, and you know he wanted to be on the live and build and stuff, but he keeps missing it. So peace. So the live, for those that just coming in, the live was are there 85 and a 10% and a 5%. And I said no. So if anyone want to come on the live and add on, I'm probably going to end it pretty soon. I did call Almighty True Divine, so just depends. Like I said, it's been a minute since we had a 2-hour live, so yeah, we had a live about we had a build about credit, finances, everything. And peace. Those that just came in, the question is, are there 85 and 10% and the 5%? Finally, the return of our big brother, Almighty Divine Allah.
Hey, peace to the family. Peace, love, peace, and happiness to all. How y'all doing? Long time no see, Lord.
Yeah, man, we've been missing you, G.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was watching some stuff here in the foundation, but yeah, God, I'm happy to see y'all, man. What's the science today, man? What y'all dealing with?
So, the question is, are there 85 and 10% in the 5%?
Uh, some people agree with that. Some people don't agree with that. I would
I
say,
don't
I would
agree with
say, right, right. I think we've been through this before. We've been down this road already. Me myself, if you're God, you're God. If you're not, you're not. And it's just that simple. I'm not going to complicate anything. Teach it real and keep it simple is how I learn.
tuned in.
I used to say that in my younger years, but I stopped saying that a very long time ago. You know, some people don't see what I see. Some people do see what I see. And how I see it, I'm just God, and I'm not an 85%. I'm not a 10%. I'm about helping my nation, helping myself, helping my people, and about dealing with growth and development, which that's what we're all about. Yeah. Today's mathematics is, I got culture of freedom. Some brothers got culture. Some brothers got culture of freedom. I'm like, whatever tickles you, whatever we're gonna come to understanding with is what I'm gonna go with.
Go ahead, Bill G. I'm gonna go on mute. You got it.
Yeah,
It's been a long time.
Yeah, well, the coach is our God. The coach is our self-Lord and Master. The coach is the divine way of how you live your life. And I'm dealing with love, peace, and happiness within myself. The 85% is the 85%. The 10% is the 10%. The gods in the earth are the gods in the earth. The 5% is, 5% is our nation paper. Well, it was our nation paper, but we still we still a nation of gods and earth. We're still a 5% nation of gods and earth. We're still a lost 5%. We all that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not here to argue or debate because we got bigger fish to fry to be arguing about who's the 85% within the five. Time will tell and your actions will speak louder than your words. You know what I'm saying? Words is wisdom, yes it is. And that's wise words spoken by a wise man, woman, or child. But your action is going to show where your growth and the development is as far as what you know. It'll be seen through what you say and what you do. So if you got a name and you don't know any lessons, well, we can help you with that. We can help you learn if that's what you want to do. But what do you want to do? Because you can have all the lessons in the world and you do everything this according to the nation, and then that's not going to help us, with the babies to help the growth and the development of our nation. You know what I'm saying? If you're killing brothers and sisters for wearing red or for wearing blue, that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I don't even understand the logic because clothes don't make a man. A man is what man and woman is what make clothes. It's called a seamstress or a seamstress. And I'm just saying it's just a it's just a key. And knowledge is the key that unlocks all doors from the darkness to the light. Being in knowledge is infinite. You know, we um we dealing with growth and development. I'm not a gang member. I don't claim no set. I'm not here to bother people that do. If you want to kill black people for wearing whatever color clothes they're wearing, I think I need to step back because um I just I don't I don't see that we have the same purpose and the same agenda in life. I see that we have two different cultures. You know what I'm saying? If you're different than me, I'm God. So I'm trying to figure out where's your mindset? Where do you show your love at towards your people, or do you understand what that means? Because it's obvious to me that somebody don't understand the difference between good, doing good, being good, and being around good, being involved with good, and being evil, doing evil, and being around evil. Because it's a thin line. Yaku ran the devil over the hot river. We ran Yaku and it's made devil Peruvian civilization over the hot Arabian desert into the caves of West Asia, now called Europe. So I'm like, there's a thin line between God Allah and a black man they call Yakub. It's a thin line. It's, what's your objective? What's your agenda? What how do you even, the more you know, the more you grow. If you don't know anything, you would want to, I come from the land, the mindset of knowing and growing is where life is at. The life is existence, and existence is Allah. So, in order for you to improve your divine existence as being one with the Father, who is Allah, which is the black man, I mean, we got to deal with upliftment of our people. You know what I'm saying? Family, everybody, the family, everybody isn't the same way, but even though they blind, deaf, and dumb, and they don't know where we coming from, that don't mean that we kill them. That means that eventually in time they'll see where we coming from. It might take a lifetime. They might not never learn. I just could only build on my life and what it did to help me, so I could grow and learn and build and strive to teach who I can. But everybody don't want to learn, God. Sorry to say. There's 85%, and there's people that will blood suck the truth and be totally against what I stand for, because everybody don't stand for me or for us. So not the 85% or the 10% or the 5%. It's just, well, if you with me, you with me. If you're not with me, either I got to get away from you or you got to get away from me. If you with me, we can stand together and we can build together and we can grow and expand, because our coach is about growth and development and upliftment and to help those who wants to help themselves. We a self-help nation. So the God that's within me, or I am the great that I am the greatest. You know what I'm saying? My greatness is how I shall improve my righteousness. And I show righteousness through showing love. And how I show love is to show improve life. You know what I'm saying? Life through loving my people. I love those who love me. But I realize that everybody don't love me. So then I gotta stay away from people that don't love me, because they're not worth my time nor energy. I need to go build with people that love me and care about me. You know what I'm saying? And I support those who support me. So I love those who love me. And if you're not interested or don't want to be bothered, well, my coach is willingly. My coach is not forcefully. I don't force my coach on no one. If they want to kill themselves, I could strive to sidetrack them from that thought. But if I'm not successful, I got to back away, and let it be known that they're not about growth and development, and they don't care to learn, and they don't care about my life or their own life. Because you take a person's life, sometimes you sacrifice your own life, and you 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 don't set a you don't want to learn. So I'm like, and will come with knowledge of self. We have our own rules and regulations. It's called principles and morals. So the more you know, the more you grow. But you gotta want to learn. You gotta want to change. You gotta want to grow. That's what you have to want within yourself. If you don't know much, you could start with is I want to know more than what I do know, because I don't know I don't know what I see that I love. If you see something that you love, if you don't see anything that you love, then I can only do my best to share and shine as much as I could to help. But if you don't want my help, I can't force my will on you or no one else. That goes for any man, any woman, or any child. That's why I be asking brothers and sisters, you like what I've showed you, you like what I shared with you, but is this what you want for yourself? And then a week or two later, I remind them, is this what you like still? Is this what you love still? Is what you want to learn still? You know what I'm saying? You know, because, you know, 1 minute you might love something and the next minute it's not interesting to you. So it's just this, my coach, our God, coach, and you know, to me, I, like I said, coach, your freedom, you know, freedom is 40 or more. And freedom is free to dumb, but take the chain from the brain, take the chain from the brain, put the knowledge on the brain, put the knowledge in the brain, and take the trick knowledge off the brain. So if they don't want to take the trick knowledge off the brain, if they don't want to deal with natural substances that's going to deal with growth and development, they're going to deal with self-destruction, you know, because it's just that simple. Self-destruction, you're headed for self-destruction, self-destruction, you're headed for self-destruction. If you don't want to grow and learn, well, it's the opposite of growth and development. It's not the opposite of grow and learn. It's one or the other. You got to swim or you got to sink. But I could only do the best that I could to help you want to go forward. But if you don't want to go forward and you don't want to deal with children with upliftment and growth and development, I got to take a step back. And I got to let knowledge be born. Yeah, he's not about growth and development. He wants to destroy his life, and he might want to take you with him. So I have to let that be known. I have to let it be known that, yo, listen, I'm not a gang member. I just like wearing clothes. But no, we in the same planet, but we're in the same planet, but we're in different worlds. And I definitely know that the manifestation of God, my manifestation of God isn't the same manifestation of God from everybody around the world. Because some people look at God as a religious entity, a deity, and I look at God as being a black man with the knowledge of our self, Lord and Master. But everybody don't look at God like that. Everybody, there's a lot of 85% of the people look at it like some spook worshiping, you know, some people look for God in the basement. Some look for God in the, you know, in the clouds above. You know what I'm saying? But I look for God within me, because I know the temple of the Father is within me. I am. You know, some people, it takes a lifetime for them to learn that. What I mean by learn it, meaning understand it. What I mean by understand it, internal. What I mean by that is internalize on it. What I mean by internalize on it is to grow and develop within it, on it, within it, and intake. It take in and outtake and take out, depending on what's good for you and what's bad for you. But some people take what's bad for them and take out what's good for them. They say they can't. I can't force a person to be God conscious. They're saying not just God body. Any Yaku is God body, but it's God mind. You know, the coach is our God, intelligent God, Cipher being divine. So we got to deal with growth and development. Divine is to show improve refinement within ourself, Lord and Master. We got to grow and learn to grow. You know what I'm saying? And to set a positive example and not be tribal, because tribal is limited. Black ain't limited to nothing. Black is universal, meaning seen and heard throughout the universe. And that's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Day or night. And the universe, being a universe is black, being is universal, meaning it's seen and heard everywhere. So you gotta do that on an unlimited manifestation, meaning in totality. And totality, you know what I'm saying? You're dealing with the spectrum, the light, being that the light is an electrical magnetic force of energy that's released from the core of the sun. You know what I'm saying? You shine light through that spectrum, you're going to see all colors united as one. But if you're tribal, you might not see that. You know what I'm saying? I don't worship the sun. I realize that the sun is relative to the black man's mind. I don't drink cow's blood. I would rather drink cherry juice. I would rather drink pomegranate juice. I would rather drink tomato juice. or added with okra. You know what I'm saying? I would rather drink fruit punch. I would rather drink, but this alternative is a choice that a person has to decide for himself. You got to want this for yourself. And if you don't want it for yourself, and maybe you have bad experiences with people with knowledge of self, because everybody go through growth and development in their own times, and some people take sides. Some people will like this person, not like that person, and that brings about bad blood. And when it brings about bad blood, bad things happen on both sides, and it just don't go right. So you recoup and you try again. And if you can't save that person, then you go somewhere else and build with someone else. You know what I'm saying? I can't force my will on no one. You're saying man, woman, nor child. Like if I'm fishing over here and I don't get no fish, well, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna fish over there. And if I don't get no fish, meaning the fish, what I'm offering the fish, if that fish doesn't like what I'm offering, I can't fish over there no more. I gotta go somewhere where that I could get the fish that I like, that I know is good
I'll be back,
for
guys.
me.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? I'm striving to dealing with which is I isn't necessarily an individual. The reason I say I, because the culture is I God. You know what I'm saying? And again, everybody's culture isn't the same. Some people has culture that they dealing with religion. My culture is not dealing with religion. I don't rely on a God and keep God a secret to all. I don't rely on a lie. You know what I'm saying? I don't rely on secrecy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a 10% within the 5%, as some people may say. I teach to grow and grow to teach and grow to learn and learn to grow. It's just redundant because I have to be redundant because it's over and over and over again. And if you're teaching millions of people, you're going to say the same thing, especially if you teach them individually. You're going to say it over and over and over and over and over again and again and again and again and again. You know what I'm saying? Until your words come out and you show what you're dealing with so it can materialize and show your growth and development of love, peace, and happiness yourself and to the world. Because we here to make a change. The only person that's going to make a change that's better in the negative world that we live in is God. The devil ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? 85% don't know how to do it. And some people dealing with secrecy. They're trying to hide how to do it so they could get rich off of the people's ignorance. So no, I'm not a 10% within the 5%. No, I'm not an 85% within the 5%. But I will say when a person is just getting knowledge of self, they'll gain a name and some lessons and might not know the total journey that their life must go in accordance to show and prove themselves as being a true and living God. Because again, when you just get knowledge of yourself, you're just learning, and knowledge is infinite. So if you're learning, the moment you stop learning, you start dying. You start decaying from within, and the devil put traps out here for all of us, and none of us are exempt. So if you want to kill me for the clothes that I wear, the colors I wear, well, I have to stay 10 steps ahead of you because I know that just because you're a black man, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're brothers. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even a gang member. You know what I'm saying? The bullets, bullets has no names. But at the same token, bullets has no names. And I don't want to be throwing my life away for someone, for anyone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to throw my life away. I'm here to make the best of my life so I can make a better life for myself and do my best to set a positive example for the children so they can grow and learn. But if they're not growing and learning, well, maybe I'm not doing the best. I'm not setting the best example And maybe I just need to step out of that scenario and let somebody else teach that cipher. And me go teach somewhere where I can show my best before they could grow and learn. Again, our coach is based on growth and development, of upliftment. You know what I'm saying? The devil put traps out here for all of us. What does that mean? That means that there's certain things that's not good for us that we should not deal with, because the body is the temple. And the temple is only showing and proving I am. I am. Not the building. I am the building. I do the building. I'm the builder that build the building. So what I'm striving to say is this. There's so much that I'm striving to say, because we got to teach the people to do better, to learn better, so they can know better and elevate. You know what I'm saying? From that dead state, from that negative state, from that tribal state. We not tribal. We universal. Universal is showing to prove our divine existence throughout the universe. Our self, Lord and Master. You're saying I study life around me. But if you don't study it, you don't learn, and you don't grow, and you don't grow to learn or learn to grow, you're going to self-destruct, and you're going to start killing righteous people. And if you start killing righteous people, well, that doesn't make you a righteous man. That would make you the opposite of a righteous man. And that's how you'd be seen. And I have to stay 10 steps ahead of you. Because I'm not here to destroy my life. I'm here to help my life grow and make the best of my life. My life ain't no bowl of cherries, but at the same token, I'm not here to hurt my people. I'm here to help my people, help them grow and learn, and teach them that the devil put traps out here for all of us, whether it's drinking or drugging. Because when you study the Son of Man, you see that we got NA and AA within our nation, for we cannot deal and get caught in the devil's traps.
True indeed.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I see. I see from north, south, east, and west. And when I say north, south, east, and west, it doesn't necessarily mean America only. You know what I'm saying? It's around the world. I've seen that we've been divided and conquered and colonized. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so much science that I want to deal with. You know, and you get ready to sign out, right? No, in 10 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, my home attendant in about 10 minutes. I think she's getting ready to sign out on the phone. But
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, I'm about to hop off too.
I don't want to be talking just to be talking, because some people say you're redundant. Some
Peace,
people don't understand.
it's been a long time. Peace.
Yeah, yeah. That's the science, God. The divine. If it ain't divine, it got to be destroyed, and that's self-destruction. We killing ourselves and our people. That's not helping us. That's the devil laughing at us. But what is your purpose? What is your agenda? What is it that you want to do? You want to help the devil? That's not godly. Yeah, please. Yeah, so it's what you want to do. Even in the 85% world, God is a good manifestation of something. You know what I'm saying? And if you're dealing with the negative world, you know stuff ain't good for you. You know it's not good for you. So that means it's from the negative world. So if you know better, you do better. And from the oldest to the youngest, well, my duty is amongst the young. If I could get their attention to teach them. You understand what I'm saying?
True indeed.
You know, but that's where I'm striving. That's the moral of my point. You know, to take the chain from the brain by putting the knowledge on the brain, by putting the knowledge in the brain, and taking the trick knowledge off the brain. How am I living? I'm all wise and civilized. If I can't teach him, I gotta leave him alone. I'm not gonna kill him. I mean, he's already dead. You know what I'm saying? He's already a walking corpse, because mentally He doesn't know what way to go. He knows he see light, but he doesn't want to head to it. So what could I do? I can't force him. I can't force him to drink if he don't want to drink. Again, I can't do it. I can only put the cards on the table and let you and at the same token, just because we don't wear the same color clothes, don't mean that we ain't brothers. That's another thing. The color of our clothes don't make us brothers. My goodness.
So indeed, I'm about to hop off, God. Anything, well, we're going to get you on earlier in the build. I did
Yeah.
text you early in the build. I guess you didn't see the text. So,
I was so hurried. I was in a hurry. I glimpsed at it, but I built on that what I seen.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I hope that I was helpful to somebody out there in cyberspace, from the East Coast to the West Coast. Yeah, okay. I gotta go. Let her sign out. But if you want to continue this in about 2 minutes, we can continue this. But I gotta let her sign out.
I'm about to cut it off.
All right. Peace to the God. Peace to the family. Peace to everybody. Peace to the people that love me and the people that don't love me. People that like me and people that don't like me. People that understand me and peace to people that don't understand me. Peace to all human families of the planet Earth. In the name of Almighty, true divine Allah. Peace.
Peace to the God. Peace, peace, peace. So this has been our first build over 2 hours in a while. It's been a long time. Actually, before I head off, let me check. When's the last time I had a live that was 2 hours? Let's see. The Day of the Wise, it was close. It was an hour and 45. So are you a full-time or part-time 5%? And that was 7 months ago that we had a live that was past 2 hours. So yeah, those that stay, appreciate you. Do each one, teach one, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And appreciate everyone that tuned in.
Look at you thinking you couldn't live without him. Now look at you.
Peace.
Stay. Good night. Get home safe and be safe out there. Don't fall asleep on that train. Thank you again. Good night. Peace.
Peace, Almighty.
Yeah, so my home attendant just left.
Oh yeah, I was just turning off the live right here.
Yeah, that's the story. That's the story, bro.
G, I'm gonna hit you later, all right?
All right, peace to God.
Peace to the God. So yeah, appreciate everyone coming on. Celestine Best. It's been a minute since you've been on. Appreciate you coming through. It's been a minute. It's towards the end. Those that want to know the build, check it out. Actually, let me put it up one more time. Are there an 85% and 10% in the 5%? I built on my seat on it. If y'all got your own understanding, put it in the comments after the video. So, with that, it was a great one. Peace to the gods, peace to the earths, peace to the babies, man. Peace to the babies, peace to the civilized, and peace to the uncivilized. Because the uncivilized needed more. Peace.